This is the iPhone XS Max. Originally released in September 2018, I bought mine 7 long years ago, and I finally just replaced it. Now, how does it hold up in the year 2025? Watch on to find out in the iPhone XS Max in 2025. As with all my reviews, let's start off with the bad, and the worst thing is the performance. Trying to snap a photo of a candid moment before it passes? You're gonna miss it. Trying to open a fast food app to use a coupon? Be prepared for angry people behind you. Trying to track the price of a retro game before you buy it? Guess you're buying on instinct. And that's the overwhelming feeling with this phone: frustration. Part of what contributes to that frustration is the fact that the iPhone XS Max is stuck on 4G LTE. 5G launched in the States 6 years ago, and as time goes on, more and more 4G coverage gets decommissioned and the network gets congested. You feel that with this phone. Oftentimes, it takes ages to load web pages before you ultimately just give up. And what also gives up too quickly in this case is the battery. After 7 years, mine stands at 75% battery health, and you're lucky to get 5 hours of screen on time. And more intense applications like FaceTime can burn 1% or more a minute. To add insult to injury, the lightning port for charging also stopped working on my phone, so the only way to charge it is wirelessly. And that brings us into the durability, which is also terrible. Despite having the phone in a case and having a glass screen protector on it, the screen somehow managed to crack. The phone also has basically the friction of a wet bar of soap, so a case is mandatory. And now on to the more mid. The camera on the back is slightly grainy, but still takes decent pictures in good lighting. The front camera doesn't have nearly as high of an aperture as newer iPhones, so selfies are going to look pretty bad. Also, iOS 19 will not support the iPhone XS Max, but despite this phone being 7 years old, it still has the second to most up-to-date version of iOS, with support for AirPods, Apple Watch, etc. I've also never run into an app that hasn't supported this phone despite its age. And what's still great on this phone? The display. At 6.5 inches, with OLED technology and high resolution, everything on it still looks great. So with all that being said, would I recommend this phone in 2025? Absolutely not. It's unbearably slow, doesn't have 5G, the battery life is terrible, it's fragile, and the camera is mid. Besides that, the resale value of these phones is insane. $150 plus can get you a much newer Android phone. But besides that, I'd like to talk about my overall experience since 2018, because this is actually my first iPhone. And what caused me to switch was my precious Windows phone was killed, and iPhone finally had an OLED display. I found the support from Apple incredible. 7 years of updates? Most Android phones got 1 or 2 years of updates when I switched. The iCloud integration has also been seamless, and switching to a new iPhone from this one was an almost frictionless experience, besides having to sign in to a few apps. I also appreciate that Apple doesn't allow for app tracking, and then until my beloved Windows phone is brought back, I think I'm going to be sticking with iPhone, unless I go with a basic phone. But if I do, I'll make another video about that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This has been Ben. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel, and have a great day.